so much for coming here today for the presentation of the British Empire Medal to Kim O'Keefe. And I'd just like to, you're all standing, I don't need to ask you to stand, just introduce Colonel Bolitho, the Lord Lieutenant of Cornwall.
Good morning. Very formal. I thought this was going to be a very informal ceremony, but quite right. It should be thoroughly formal. I think the last time I saw you, Kim, was when, not actually for the visit, because I wasn't there, for Princess Royal came.
Yes.
And which I think was a terrific success. Although I must admit, I think I had more about childbirth and that sort of thing. I strictly needed to bring it there. But that was great. And the hospital did a fantastic display then. And much of it was thanks to you, so thank you for that. And since then, it seems like a distant time, doesn't it? It was only a year or so ago, and it seemed like a different age. Since then, Her Majesty the Queen awarded you the British Empire Medal in January, and here we are in December, having waited. I blame it all on Sarah, actually. But it's a great thing. I'm really sorry that. But to start with, I just want to say that I was really impressed with that visit, and I've been incredibly impressed with everything that Royal Cornwall Hospital Trust has done this year. And I thought the first thing, with Hilary, the chairman, with Mary, the vice chairman, me here, we just want to say publicly that you have done a fantastic job, and the people of Cornwall are hugely proud of the work you have all been doing, and thank you very much indeed. You have been life-saving. You'll probably say you've had a nice quiet year, actually, but you have been real life-saving. It's been so reassuring having you there. But back to the main issue. We are here to celebrate one of the country's finest citizens, and to get awarded a medal like this, that means that exactly what it is. Well, you both know, so you all know, so there's no need to be saying that. But Cornwall is full of good citizens, and Cornwall, as a result of that, has this fantastic community spirit. But a community spirit just doesn't happen. It requires people like you to show the leadership, to show the brilliance, and to work the extra bit in order to make Cornwall the wonderful place it is. And that's why so many people want to come live down here, because we have this fantastic spirit. And thank you for the part you have played in that. Bit about the award. There were just 1,097 awards given out in the New Year's Honours at the beginning of this year. And of them, there were just 315 British Empire medals. So that means you are one of 315 out of a population of 70 million people that have been given this. Which means you are quite special.
Rory, are you listening?
And in order to get one, you have to be nominated for it by a whole lot of people, and a whole lot of other people have to support it. So it means not only that you are brilliant, but lots of other people around the place think that you're brilliant too, which is quite a nice feeling, I suspect. I always like to check up on the honours list who else has got it. So there's you, Kim O'Keefe, and then there's Elton John, and Olivia Newton-John, and Annie Nightingale, and Roger Taylor of Queen, and Nigel Slater, the TV chef. But you're just as important to them. They may be better known today, but you have done every bit as well as they have. The youngest one, 13 years old, a little boy from Manchester, got a British Empire medal. And the oldest one, I think, was Harry Billinge of St Austell, who's 95. So you're well down the bottom end of the list. So there's plenty more to improve. I don't know if you know about the award, but it was started in 1917. King George V, in the First World War, noticed that if you were a soldier or a statesman or a courtier, you could get rewarded for your services from the crown. But if you were just an ordinary person, there was nothing that could be given to say you thanks. And particularly if you were a woman. Maybe if you were a royal woman, you could get awards. But otherwise, the first woman to get an award was in it was 1907. A lady called Florence Nightingale. She was the first one to get it. So then it started in 1917, and the British Empire Medal was part of that. And it was then, for some reason, stopped in 60s or 70s, I think, and was brought back as part of the Queen's Golden Jubilee celebrations back then, to give to people who had done outstanding service at their local level. There is a chapel of the Order of the British Empire in St Paul's Cathedral. So next time you're there, you go down into the crypt, and you can see Nelson's tomb and Wellington's tomb, and go and see the chapel there if you happen to do that. That's all I need to say, I think. Before I was going to present you, before I can't present you, or perhaps before your husband will present it to you, we're going to get Hilary to read out the citation so we can all just be clear on what you've done.
So this is for the Queen's New Year's Honours List, 28th of December 2019. Order of the British Empire. Medalist of the Order of the British Empire, BEM, Mrs. Kim O'Keefe, for services to nursing. Kim has been a registered nurse for over 35 years. Recently, she has focused on meeting the needs of the most vulnerable in our society to ensure that they receive the very best care, and her efforts in this area have been nationally recognised. Her work on maternity services for the Trust to improve the service has resulted in not only better care for women, and it has also helped midwives regain pride in their profession. Kim is an outstanding coach who, through her bravery, her integrity and her clarity, has developed a team of nurses who emulate the high standards she demonstrates. She has achieved all this despite challenges to her own health. Her continued drive to ensure all patients receive the very best possible care is outstanding, and this award is thoroughly deserved. Lord Lieutenant, did you just say that Florence Nightingale was one of the first?
Yeah, she got
Well, continuing her nursing
continuing the right tradition. Right, now, so this, I would normally present this to you on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen, but do you want to do it?
Should we try a photo of you both?
Oh, we have a photograph. Yeah, let's move on to that's done.
I was going to say, shall I take that?
Right, over to you.
I have to sanitize my hands if you want to use your phone to take a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, does that work okay?
Yeah, if you're happy with that.
Sure. Just put it on.
Oh, pin it on her. Don't do any damage.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to give you a
Other side. Oh, you see, it says I don't have a heart.
shot around there. Your dress, yeah. Best dress, come. Yeah, Kim and Keith.
Thank you.
Now, Kim, do you want to make a long speech or a short speech or no speech?
Can I just say thank you? Thank you very, very much for coming. It's been a strange year, hasn't it? And waiting. I was really excited when Sarah got hold of me at last. And I just thank you for Kate and Maury for the nomination. Thank you for believing in me and giving me the support. And just to say I'm so proud, and my family have been so supportive. Now I'm going to cry. But my family have always been there, and at least filming it today, thank you Pete and Hannah, at least I can share it, because it's been a really strange year, but I'm just so thrilled and delighted, and thank you so very much.
Brilliant. Oh, well done you. Well, thank you. We should be thanking you. We should be thanking you. You're thanking you.
Oh dear. You see, I do have a heart. So thank you.
Say wear it often.
Yeah, yes, do wear it often. Wear it often.
I was going to say I wasn't sure how often you could wear it.
Often as you like. Often you give them to people and they say, oh, I never wear it. I said, go on, whenever you can. Whenever you have a suitable opportunity. Why not? And it looks nice. It's great.
You're going to wear it. You're going to wear it all day today.
Should wear it for the next trust board.
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
I'm going to scare them to death when I go on my next Teams talk. Focus on.
And you should. Have you been to a Royal Garden party?
No, it was cancelled.
When were you meant? You were meant to be going this. Of course, you were meant to be going this year. Yeah, well, that's right. Well, so we hope we'll go, and I'm not at all sure that'll happen next year either. But
we were just saying that.
we'll get you there in the end, because normally by this stage we've got list nominations of people who are going and all that sort of thing, and they haven't started it. So I suspect it's going to be 2022. But no, I'll give you something to look
I
forward
was
to.
going to say.
Anyhow, you're far too busy here doing things.
Stress at all.
Just thank you so very much. The opportunity to work out which maths on.
Thank you.
Yes. I never thought I'd be thinking about